Okay, guys. I don't know if am I? I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. And none of that got recorded, so I have to start over. Damn it! I was good too. Maybe it's on my cloud somewhere. My brainwave cloud from the technically the whatever it is. My brain pattern Wi-Fi connection. But yeah. So if that is real. Yes, it is. Unfortunately. But you know what? So where were we? Where are we going? Where we stopped? What are we headed? Those are questions that I don't even think about when I'm driving. So yeah. So here's the thing. I mean, like, there's a lot of tension in this country and world right now. I think most of it's brought on by people that want tension. Which is not the people that are actually. The whole point of this world is for them to divide us, for the government to divide us. They need us to be fighting against each other at all times for whatever reason, even if it's a made-up war, whatever it could be. They need that. I don't know if it's for the energy that causes from that conflict, or if it's just to see what we do. If it just gets that boring up there, that just have to create more and more things for us to argue over. But the end of the day is you never really think about where the problem started. Like, and it's very organized, and it's been. You keep in mind, these people are masterminds. Have been doing this game and the manipulation for centuries. I mean, thousands of years. So they know what they're doing. And as time goes on and intelligence and progress as far as technology is concerned gets better, then they even have more options and more ways to do it. And I don't even know how I'm able to like I would have thought they would have just hit the switch for the chip they have in me, and it would have just knocked me out already. But I figured maybe that's not working yet. Please don't make it work. Stop. I liked my and here I am. Because I watch all these spiritual YouTube videos, so guardian angels protect me against any kind of technology that will make a switch that will shut me down at any point in time, please. And that's what I say. I say stuff like that to protect me. So yeah, I don't know if it works or not. I hope it does. Guardian angels, if you are listening, please do that still. But I was just sitting here, so I was talking about the vaccine. The most important thing on my mind these days, close. There's a lot of things on my mind these days. That's one of the main ones, and the reason being is I don't want the damn thing. And I'm trying to find a lawyer to represent me before it's made a law that I have to get the thing, so that way I can have somebody to represent me for my constitutional right to have access and freedom over the choices I make for my own body. What's next? If they made you have to do this, think about what that snowballs into. With as far as what else can they make you do on this exact premise of the fact that they made you do the vaccine? They could. Well, next thing you know, it's everything. Everything comes out. Now if you can't get a job because you don't have the vaccine, what other public access? The HIPAA law is just out the window there, I guess. Because then anyone could just be like, nope, he had an exam for an STD back in 1995. You're not hired. That's the real thing. You got to watch out. They don't want to hire you then because of maybe your health risks, maybe your blood pressure, diabetes, whatever. So the insurance reasons, they don't want to hire you now because now they can look at all this information thanks to the vaccine that they made you get and stopped you from getting a job because of. There's a big, big snowball effect to this that no one's really thought past just the vaccine and the mask and the freaking 6 feet apart shit. Oxygen is an important part of living, guys. I don't know if anyone's really thought about that, Breathe in, breathe out. That's what your body needs it. Brain needs it. Masks prevent that a little bit. I don't know if you noticed. But what about the virus? What about the virus? You've survived every other illness that came around this planet for the last whatever years, and if you don't, then, I mean, unfortunately, not everyone survives everything when it comes to sicknesses. We try our best. We do our best. Our bodies are made, in a way that is perfected so that we can defend ourselves against viruses with antibodies and whatnot when we do have infections and things like that. Most of the time, the FDA just gives you like a Band-Aid type deal, so you keep coming back for more medication and shit. It doesn't really cure much, which they have the opportunity to do that. By the way, it's probably not even too. I'm sure everything has already been whatever's out there. I'm sure most of it's already has a way of being cured, if not the cure itself out there. But again, like Chris Rock said, there's no money in the cure. Money's in the medicine, and that's the truth. So first off, you know what money is? Money is just a measurement of, like, I don't even know, like, how it all works, but it's like when there's a deficit or something. I think somebody said this to make me laugh. Like, it's like when they're talking about inflation and there's the currency, there's not enough money to balance whatever. It's basically like saying there's no inches to freaking measure shit anymore. Which was like, wow, they really are good at this whole. They got us good, and they are very smart people up there. But yeah, they're not holding back any punches, and they're not also hiding anything either. They're pretty open, like I said, from day one about all of their plans. All you have to do is do a little bit of research. Try and want to know the truth. That's the main thing. Start with there. I want to know the truth no matter what. Okay, that's the first thing. Am I able to accept the truth no matter what the truth is? That's the second question you have to ask. Third question is, what happens if the truth is this, that, the other? Am I going to be able to survive that and live with that option? And what is my other option if I don't want to do any of that? And these are all the questions I ask myself every day. And the fact is, sometimes they change depending on the circumstances I'm in, just like life does, You have to be able to move and adapt depending on your situation at any given point in time. That's the great thing about our lives down here, is that we are very adaptable to situations when they occur, but we have to be able to pivot, move, and then try to come up with another plan. This plan is basically, actually, I've known that this was going to come sooner or later. So I figured I'd try to make it on my own terms rather than on somebody else's. So that's why I'm doing this now. Because that was otherwise it's just me just waiting for you to do something to me instead of me trying to be proactive and control my own reality. So, but yesterday was another fun day of excitement and driving aimlessly. Well, I love to waste gas. That's not because I'm hating the environmentalists out there. It's because I don't know what to do half the time because I don't have a job. And, sometimes you just got to drive to clear your head. Unfortunately, you guys have not made an engine yet that I can afford that's not combustible engine that takes gasoline. And that's not my fault. Okay, I'm not going to take the blame on that one. Even though you'd like to make me take the blame on it. Look at him driving. He's ruining the environment. No, you made gasoline accessible in these engines, so don't put it on me that I'm driving a car, paying for gas that you own, that you need me to pay for so you can get rich, and then blame me for the environment. No thank you, elites. Not again. Not going to get me this time. But some people are like, man, I did drive too much. I should be sad for myself and therefore, yes, pay more money on this new carbon tax that's probably going to come out sooner or later because we're bad people and we need to pay for the pollution that we're causing the world when it's really them up there that have started everything and made these things happen so that we bought these cars and the gasoline for them to blame us on using. Hello? This is when I have to go, does anyone else see this besides me? Is this not like registering with everyone else? Or is like everyone else just going to go, yep, that's right, we need to get together and whatever. They have these terms, infrastructure, whatever, this, that, the other. which usually when they come up with some new term with a big-ass budget, that's when you got to watch yourself and find out, whoa, there's something behind that thing. Trillions of dollars for infrastructure, and no one really even knows what's in this bill besides keep saying like bridges, maps, or whatever the fuck they say, road construction. Give me a break, really. Just like the other day, they're like, we're not going to... Gas prices may go up because of the weather. The trucks that drive the gas around aren't going to be able to make it to their locations. I'm looking at the fucking weather of the United States. It's probably been the nicest it's ever been. So I'm like, are you kidding me? They make it in snowstorms in the middle of winter, but now the weather's so bad that these gas trucks can't make it to the places they need to go. So we're going to have to raise gas prices because of the weather. That's beautiful. Hello? But that's real. That's not just, I'm not making this up. I wish I was, but I saw the news story. You probably find it yourself. Another good one was we're going to bribe people now with drugs and alcohol and money to get the vaccine. That ought to get our freaking vaccine. That ought to get the chips going, or don't say chips. Actually, they make them say chips because that's what makes it sound crazy. And if we can make it sound crazy, then they won't think it's really in there. And then, we know how to do this. Come on, guys, we've been at this for a while now. But yeah, so they love the chip. In fact, they encourage you to say chip, so it sounds crazy enough that people will believe that, there's nothing like that in there, and then you go get your vaccine. So, but, I don't even know, because I'm like, well, I can't be the only one that sees all this. So then I have to break down the whole scenario. I'm like, so either A, they see it and they don't care, right? That's like just like saying I don't want my freedom. Sign me up for the enslavement program. Just skip the vaccine. I'll just go ahead and sign. I'm on the dotted line for that. Or B, they just like think that they don't want to. They don't have a choice. Like, whatever they do. You know what? Let's just be happy. Like they tell me online. Just be spiritual and be happy and be glad that you're living and all this. So you want me to literally be like smiling while I'm freaking, enslaved? Well, yes, that's what they want you to do. At least you're happy now being the enslaved human that we have. That was always the plan, for you to be happy being enslaved. So we didn't have to make you do it. We want you to be happy when we're telling you what to do every day, second of the day. So that way it's easier for us to get you to do it. And no, you know what? I've never been more crystal clear on shit in my life, for those of you that will call me crazy eventually, every day, right now. And I'm not normal by any means, by the way. Thank God. I don't like normal, whatever that is. Whatever program that is. Normal to me is like being able to do what I want, say what I want, talk shit, be a normal person, have real problems, unfortunately. But that's the beauty of life. Everything's not perfect because of the fact that there are challenges. You have to do things. There's flaws. People are not made perfect for a reason, because perfection would mean that you've reached the pinnacle. What else is there? You don't have anything else to work for then. You have nothing else to really do except maybe at the top of the ladder, fuck with everyone else. I guess that's the beauty of the program. I don't know. So life's not meant to be perfect. People have challenges, and people. But the great thing is, hopefully, if this continues, which it's not looking like the plans are not for this to continue, is people to have freedom of choice. I mean, like when I'm telling you that this technology is in this thing, it's all, I've put it on Twitter, I put it on Facebook. It comes from the CDC themselves. So the same people that you trust and love, the people that tell you to get the vaccine and to wear the mask and to sit 6 feet apart, which you'd all love to do that, so you'd want to know more from them, right? Yes, you would, because you trust them. Why do I know that? Because you do these things that they tell you to do, okay? So why don't you go to the people you trust the most, the CDC, right? Not me. Don't trust me, because you don't know me and you hate me, so don't trust a word I say. That's why I make sure I put the people you trust the most as your sources, so that way you get the information from the people you love to listen to and do as you're told from. Okay? So that way you know it's not just me saying some shit trying to get you to do something. It's the people that have been telling you to do shit that you've been doing, telling you that have it on their website. Okay? So that way you know that's always reason I always try to use sources from the people that give you the information you're already listening to. So that way you don't think it's like, well, he just made a website up that said this just so we would believe that there's governments trying to do things that they shouldn't to us and take our rights away. That can't be possible. If that's the case and you're still like, that's against the Constitution, they cannot do that. Really, guys, we're about to freaking have we're New World Order is like right at our doorsteps. I mean, like, I don't know if that's good or bad. It's like something new for them, though. It's like, let's see what else. This is what we've been planning on for the last 1,000 years. It's been like really has been on this has been in the works for that long, and guess what? It's here. Not yet, but hopefully, if I have anything to do with it, I'm trying to opt out of these programs before they start. That's my goal, is opt out of the program before the program becomes a program. So, I'm opting out of the program. Document that, please. And I have to say that, and just in case there's like an Akashic record, I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but if there is, I'd like that to be noted. And the reason I believe I'm here is because I honestly, the one thing that has been consistent with me since the second I awakened is my freedom, and it's been way before I was awakened. Actually, I just hate anyone trying to tell me what to do at any point in time, or having something to hold over me, or being made to like go on a micromanaged level at any state or form, shape or form of what any sorts. That's like really. You have like my friend works for he's a driver for a shipping company, and they're like they know everything that he's doing every time. I'm like, dude. They're like, dude, you're 5 minutes at that house. What are you doing? You haven't moved yet. You're going 20 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. You're going 60 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone. Like, what the heck, dude? Get off my back. I quit. I would have been like, dude, I'm out. You guys just, no way, sir. I'd rather take my breaks without you bitching I'd rather you bitch at me later and me take my breaks how I want to take my breaks, or at least deliver it better. Delivery is everything when you want to get your message across and have people listen to you. The reason I talk to you in a sarcastic voice like this is because the government has been programming you with fear and hate for the last I don't know how long, but those are the two things that work for them as far as being able to get you to do what you want to do. So I figure if I have to talk to them in a way that they can understand something, I have to do it in a way that they are getting their information. I have to reverse the social engineering somehow to get my point across so they understand me. So what are the activation words that they're getting to make them do what they want to do? This is what I do. I'm like, there's got to be an activation word that they say in all these news broadcasts that gets people to move in a certain way. So if I could take that activation word and use it to reverse everything, and this is my thought process, this is real thoughts that I have, then I go, no, that's not going to work because that's already been implanted deep into their subconscious with several times over, so that's going to be too hard to use that activation word. We're going to have to come up with a new one. Because I don't know what, if you just tell them like in a nice, if you tell somebody, you know what, I really, you know that, no, they're not going to listen to you then. If you show them like maps, you could like literally like, look, see, I'm telling you, it says right there, right on the CDC door that we're at, right in front of it, this is happening. Oh, never mind. No, I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe that or not. Well, you're wearing a mask, right? How'd you get that? How'd they get you to do that? Well, everyone else was wearing one. I figured I had to. Okay, you didn't question anything? Well, what about, I don't know. Everyone was wearing one. That's all I know. Okay, well, then forget the sign in front of the CDC that says the mask will kill you, and then we'll just walk away. Good luck. Huh? What'd you say? No, there's not, just to be clear, it was a joke. There's not a CDC at front door that has that on there at all. For those of you that might have thought that that was a real thing, I apologize. It was a joke. Don't put that on the record. I have to be very clear because, I don't know what people really believe these days, what they don't, but I do know this, that the elites up there are having a time of their lives watching it all unfold. Like I said, I picture them at this, this big round table or something of like Kings of the Round Table or something up there, talking about like Gates is on one side, you got Elon Musk, which is now basically has like the quantum computer in his head, and like he knows everything at every point in time, believe it or not. I think at least that's what he looks to me like. He's like above all speed. He's like top of the line now. He's everywhere. He can be on Mars and here at the same time and telling me what to do right now and speaking through me. I don't know how technology he's got, but he's up there, boy. He's in it. Gates is just having the time of his life, though. I mean, like, you see this video? He's laughing his ass off, talking about how he's going to depopulate the world. And he really is. He's having fun talking about it. The more he talks about, because he's been dying, Bill Gates has been like, man, I can't wait to can I tell him now what's happening? No, Gates, we got to wait a little bit more longer. We'll tell you when you can get out there and do your thing and tell them what's up. Is it time yet? Yes, you can do it. Yes, he's out there on first thing he's doing, TED Talk. I'm on TED Talk telling you what's up now. Guess what, guys? I've been waiting for this moment for a while. Well, first off, it started when my dad was Planned Parenthood. He ran Planned Parenthood. That's where it started. I didn't know that. Bill Gates owns most of the farmland in the United States. That's a new one. I didn't know that either. He's got his hands in pretty much everything. The vaccines, obviously, he's a big backer, supporter of depopulation and control. So, yeah, he's in that game. If it wasn't all true, I'd be like, but it is. It's everything I'm saying is true. And don't take my word for it. Take Bill Gates' word for it. I don't make me out to be the bad guy for giving out information that they put out there themselves. I'm just saying, what's he talking about? He talked about this. Yeah, because it's on a website that they posted it on. And I'm talking about what's on the website. Why don't you get mad at the people that put the website out that's giving the information to me to tell? Because those are the people in charge that don't want you to know the information that they're post for you to see. That makes no sense at all, but kind of does. They want you to see it, but they don't want you to really know what it means. So, it's just like, we just put it out there. Let's see what happens. Don't let anyone see it, but let's put it out there so we can say it's out there. Just like, like I said earlier, the right to vote. Yeah, really. Everything in this world has, I don't know if it's the polarity or what, but they need two sides to everything. And most of the issues we have are created for us to fight over. So that way, they have, there's an energy system that comes out of that. It's a pendulum. I've been trying to figure out a way to create one of my own for good things to happen. So they say virus this, that. So we need two people. We need haters and we need supporters of everything. So that pendulum swings like a bad boy, and we get that energy going. And it doesn't matter what the problem is, because we'll create a problem that doesn't even exist just to have two people fight over it. So that pendulum, so we get that energy. Yeah, that happens all the time. We're going to create a problem that isn't even a real problem at all. In fact, we created it for you to argue over. But as long as you're arguing over it, it confirms that it's real. So therefore, guess what? Now it is a real problem because you're both fighting over it. That's where the circuit connects and everything is like, boom, yep, it's confirmation. Our fake problem is now a real problem. But you know what? All of this that I'm saying is not like I'm telling you guys anything you should already know. I mean, maybe you didn't know the systems, how the systems work, but that's the reason there's always 2 options for everything. 3, the pendulum doesn't swing correctly if there's 3 options. We need 2. We need to narrow it down to 2. And we need you guys to be happy that you're sporting it, and that's a good thing, because unfortunately in this world we do need things to believe in. Not unfortunately, fortunately in this world we have things that we want and we should believe in, and we should actually be happy to support causes that we believe in, or against. But the thing of it is, it's such a corrupt system right now that the problems have been made for you to do, and so therefore it's just not even a real issue. It's been made to be an issue, so we divided, and that's not good. So if the problem is made for us to fight against each other purposely, then that's never good at all. So I thought, you know what? Let's just be honest. There's been intelligent life forms on this planet for over 1 million years, and you know what? Every 30,000, it seems like things. The next cataclysm comes. I think this is up to 6 right now. We're coming on, and but the thing is, the programs really don't change that much. It's the same program, maybe different people, different entities, different species, but there's still a structure to it as far as like a hierarchy, political system. Commerce, all that stuff. So wars. So I'm like, why don't we try something new this time? Like peace and love. Does that program ever come out? Like where no one fights anyone, they just love each other to death. Just for 5 months of my life, or no, 50 years of my life could be like a minute to you. I don't know, but what's the worst case scenario? You go back to the freaking divide and conquer, rule the world by fear, intimidation, hate, and struggle. I guess I don't know what that program's been on for a while now. I think maybe what if we did that love and peace program? If we tried it out, just to see, wouldn't that just be awesome? Just to see that. To me, that seems like the pinnacle of the system being like, man, why didn't we try this from day one? This isn't so bad. We can. Yes, it's not as exciting for us, maybe up in the upper echelons, to watch all these crazy, divide and conquer scenarios, pendulum swings that we create. But just to see it for one time, just to see how it all works. Just there's some energy there with love that can't really be duplicated by anything else but that. And if we could all get together and stop dividing each other, we're made to have these arguments. I really don't want to fight anyone, but the systems want us to. That's the way they want it. They want us to argue. They want us to divide. They like that. For some reason, that's the way the world works, so we need it happening. And instead of anybody ever wanting to have love, peace, and, us all be able to get along together and have fun together and have it, do great things. It's just like, wow. Can we try that program? Can we just try it for once and see if that works? Can we try a program where there's maybe everyone can do no one is told by the government, because you're going from my vision of peace, love, to a completely opposite, not even close to what you have freedom-wise now. When you have the enslavement program, which is basically corporations that run the world, but officially with boards, and the whole system is set up to rat on each other. In fact, you can't even speak badly of the system. And if you hear anyone speak badly, please report that. It's all slayed out. It's not like I'm making this up. It's on the website already. They already have boards in place, people on the boards. It's the system's already set up. It's just waiting for it to happen. So yeah, I did not make it on the board, unfortunately. I didn't even try to apply. And I'm not a Fortune 500 corporation, so therefore I would be in the enslavement part of that deal, which everyone will. That's not part of the board, or a leading edge scientist or something else that they can. Some smarts that you can benefit from beyond your average or even upper average, because they need enough people enslaved so people will be happy to be enslaved, just like everything else. We have to have people doing it so other people will do it. So guess who will do it first? Probably the ones that are, supporters maybe of that, to be honest with you. Well, congratulations for being the first one to sign up for the vaccine. That means you're the first one to go to be enslaved. Thank you for your service. But I think there's a way out. I mean, I don't know what. I do know the technology's in there. I do know everything is going to be tied to that technology as far as your ID, your social score, your everything is going to be inside you, so that way, and then implemented. They can tweak it at any point in time. Now that it's inside you, we'll just update. Now we got you doing this, and you're happy. So therefore, win-win-win. But you still need to run more because your diet's off. So remember, up at 5 a.m., you're going to go to the gym. This is not even a joke. This will be your reality. Because we're all connected now, so we can't have you being off, out of shape. So we're going to need you to be up at 5 a.m., go to the gym. You're going to run for 3 hours, whether you like it or not, okay? And if you don't do it for 3 hours today, you'll do it for 4 tomorrow. And guess what? You're working a different job than you want. Why? Because we're pointing your jobs now. That's what we do. We tell you what you're working on. Guess what, Mr. Garbage Man / whatever the hell we want you to do? You're going to be picking weeds from the field today that don't even exist. But if you don't come back with at least a bucket full of weeds that aren't even out there, then you know what? You're not getting paid. So I got to find weeds somehow now. So it's like, this is going to be your reality. You're going to be a number. You're going to be part of the system as a number. And if you're not up to speed, if you're not doing your job properly or like doing what you're told to do properly, all they do is whatever they want to do, basically. Cut your pay, make you work more, work out more, take the kids away. I don't know. I don't know how bad it's going to get, but they'll have the ability to do whatever they want at that point. Because everyone has that data, by the way, from the people you love, the CDC, that they have. I have their specific diagram up that looks a little bit scarier, and not as scary as Bill Gates telling you what's going on. Not that scary, but still, the diagram is still like, what does that mean? Why do all these different corporations and entities have all this data from the vaccine that I'm getting? The DOD, what is all this? Hello? Yeah, that's your freedom getting tossed out, and corporations being able to take that data that's going to be you and do whatever they want with it, because it's going to be up for grabs then. Who tires better? Who else wants number 56702 from Orlando, Florida? He's in the private sector. Does anyone else need that information? Yes, I do. Okay, how much are you willing to pay for it? Okay, you got it. And here's his programming instructions in case you need to make any tweaks to that program. You are up until this point, and you know the guidelines. We'll email to you what you're not allowed to do, because that's our job. Everything else is on us. We're giving you limited freedom for you to be able to manipulate him to a certain extent. You'll read the documents. We'll send them to you so you can look it over yourself and send the money, please. Okay, that sounds good. So what? And then you're like, the next thing you know, this is not just like, if you just go to the website, you'll see it yourself. It's called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. They always have a nice way of like getting to like, yes, we're a revolution, Fourth Industrial. Like Team fucking Fourth Industrial Revolution is not something to like be happy about. First off, we're going to be splitting up the United States into a few major cities. It's on their website, so don't get mad at me. It's on your own website. We're going to have like high rises. I think Bill Gates will have all the other lands, according to what I heard. He owns all the farmland in America. I don't know. But I picture like high rises, and then we're all packed in like sardines. We come out of everything's like back but we're like going we're all fucked. Yeah, well, you were 5 minutes. Talk about micromanagement. That's like, no, that's micromanagement sounds good at that point. Like, can't we? I used to hate the idea of that, but I'd love to be micromanaged again. Now I can't even I don't have a say in anything. In fact, my food is picked out for me. Chow time. Here's your food with your diet. And this is what we're going to need you to do. You're supposed to have 2 babies. We're going to need you to have sex tonight. But don't ever do it again, by the way, unless we tell you to, because affection is dangerous. It could cause love might be like, that's going to be out of control. We're going to be like separated. Kissing, nope, violation. We didn't tell you could kiss somebody. Remember back in the day when that went wild? That starts putting hope and feelings inside you that might be dangerous to the system of control. So separation from that will not allow physical contact anymore unless it's us whooping your ass. Intimacy is gone. You know what? You guys did that for too long, and we let you get away with it, but we're not doing that again because we know where that leads. To us not being able to have control over you as much. But don't get it wrong, we will still find a way. All right, so no kissing, no touching, no sex. Just work. Come on, guys, get it. But the good news is your pay's going to go up in 3 years if you keep it up at this pace. You might be up for a promotion at one point. Think of the good things that are happening in your life, not the bad things. Aren't you glad that you have a job that we gave you? Aren't you glad for that? I mean, come on, be happy about the things that we're giving you to be happy about, and not the things that we're giving you not to be happy about. But either way, you're going to do them, so you might as well learn to be happy about the enslavement program. Okay? Does that sound good to you? No? Well, then you're not working hard enough. You need to concentrate and be more spiritual. Maybe that's your problem. You manifested this enslavement program in your life, and all we did was create it, You signed up for it by getting that vaccine. So, I'm just giving you what you wanted, all right? And then they make you feel bad, like, I should be working harder. I'm not eating right. I should be. I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't spend enough time at the gym yesterday. And I told you, I'm so sorry. Take all my pay. Don't pay me at all for the weed picking. Yeah, that's real. But the weed picking, I don't know if that's going to be a real job. I hope no one has to do that. Especially if there's no weeds to be picked. That'll be a hard thing to do. What else? I don't know. I feel like I think I've said a lot, but not enough. But everything I said is true. I am a human being. I do have a right to live on this planet. I do have a right to speak my mind. And I do have a right to go into restaurants and do have jobs. And just like everyone else should be able to, because we're all equal. We all live here. We all breathe air. We all are on this planet together. We should all be able to live together and, have the same privileges as each other to do the same things. I think that's just normal, common sense, but unfortunately that has to be made, again, I guess, to be reminded that, I support your right to do everything you want to do in respect to everyone else being able to do the same. What's wrong with that? Like, we all can be able to do our own thing, have fun, express ourselves the way we want, choose our daily activities, go to work at the place we choose to work at, come home to the house we picked to live in, and drive the car that we chose to drive that day. And go where we want to go in that car. And whatever else we choose to do that day, like we do, thankfully, so far, somewhat, still have that opportunity. At least most people do. So yeah, that's important. Imagine if you're like, nope, you're not doing that today. In fact, you're doing what that's going to be the program. Everyone is going to be told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, and everything else. That's it, bottom line. And I wish I was lying about this, but I'm not. And if anyone wants to find out themselves, they have it on their own website. So I don't know why everyone gets mad at me for telling the same thing that they post themselves. It's like Bill Gates has his own YouTube telling you everything, but I'm the bad guy for telling you that's out there. Bill Gates is the guy doing it. He's got the YouTube video, not me. Hear from him. I promise you, he's more credible. He's the one that has the operation. But no, he's talking about real stuff that really no one's supposed to know, but except the people that find it. That we want it out there, but we don't want it really out there. But like, come on, like, really, you're gonna post shit online and then be mad at me for reading it? Take the fucking website down, then. I don't know. But yeah, so this is your reality soon to come. So yeah, if you really, 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 really want to know anything, just go to the people that you listen to the most, the people you trust the most. The government, they have it out there for you to see themselves. You got to dig a little bit deep sometimes. I might have to call, and now I think you need to call to get the information sent to you. So luckily, I got it for you before they made you do that. It's on my website. It's on my freaking Facebook page. It's a diagram, not as scary as Bill Gates' speech. That's TED Talk, or that thing is a little bit scarier than the diagram. So you might want to watch that. It was sitting down. But he tells it himself. Good for you, Bill Gates. You got out there and were authentic and told the truth with a smile on your face, which was kind of weird and undisturbing. But you did it. Well, that's my beeping call saying, Ted, you've said too much. Let's distract him with a page or a call or something to get him to shut up. Well, you know what? Everyone's like, we're tired of you telling the truth. We're mad at the fact that he's out there telling real shit that matters to people the most, the ones living on Earth that have to do this. We're not supposed to talk about these real things that are reality. It gets us mad. Why? It's your reality too. This is going to be your life too. Believe it or not, even no matter what team you're on, if you're not in the upper echelon of the Mount Sinai high five freaking boardroom table, that's the only thing that's going to be it's not part of the program. So until you're up there at that kind of level, sitting next to Bill Gates, coming up with crazy plans for us to do. You're part of the enslavement program. Hate to tell you. There's no, there might be like various in-betweens, but the in-betweens are not anything pleasant, even close to your reality now. You're still going to have the program where fitness center, guess what? You're still going to be made to get up at a certain, whatever time, run and do their program, eat the meals that they tell you to eat, get to the job that they appointed you to, and get the pay that you're going to be deducted from if you don't do everything that they tell you, and whatever else. That's the good news. The bad news is when they stop like intimacy and all that shit. That's down the road sometime. All right, now let's separate them completely. We only have so many more controls. What else are we going to do when we've freaking taken everything away from them? Well, we got a plan for that too. Don't worry. We got a plan for that. So, again, not saying anything that's not already posted by the people you trust the most, the government, mind control, which that's what it means, the people you vote for, the people you listen to, the Fauci, the CDC, and the people that you trust the most. So I want you to trust them again and listen to them this time, because they got a lot to say that you might not want to hear. Or you might want to. You're like, yes, enslavement program, here I come. I don't know. If that's the case, then go for it. They'll love to have you. They'll welcome you with open arms and be glad you did it. You'll be the first one to go, and they need that. So that way they get more people to go, because that's all it takes is a few people to do one thing, and we can get the whole rest of them to do it too. So, yep. Thank you for your service. All right, my time's only coming to an end, only because 45 minutes is the only the podcast limit on my limited plan that I have. So otherwise, I'd be here all day. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't upgraded yet, but I think that gives me up to 3 hours if I do. So that's good news for everyone. But until next time, I got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're out.